giving all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rabakakodash, the one set apostles, a great millstone who do well. Peace, love, and blessings also to you brothers on the highways and byways, giving all diligence to make your calling in like Yeshua, and also blessings to you very few sisters out there that are listening, learning, and believing. I'm that fellow labor Kanakla coming at you once again with another lesson, the Lord's will through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. This lesson is edifying and exhorting. But as you can see here, looks like the how to pronounce this channel is Weon or Wyon. All right, it's a video posted 3 days ago. It says Iran new solutions required to thwart draconian U.S. sanctions, because as we all know, the U.S. dollar is the world reserve. All right, world reserve form of payment. All right, and basically in order to make international trades, or buy or sell, so to say, the common currency is uses the U.S. dollar. So with that being said, the U.S. is able to control the global market. All right, and is able to basically cut you off from the market, basically blacklist you, so to say, that you cannot basically be a part of the global economy. But as you can see here, it says Iran new solutions to thwart. It's like a solution is required to thwart draconian U.S. sanctions. So real quick, we're gonna draw some water from this. All right, just simply Google searching this stuff. So let's get that word thwart real quick, and just straight from the dictionary here. It says prevent someone from accomplishing something. Yeah, that's basically it. From one side to another side of an area. All right, so prevent someone from accomplishing something. So it's trying to prevent America, right? Basically bullying them with these draconian sanctions. So real quick, the video is only a minute 38 seconds long, so we're gonna play it real fast.
Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi says new solutions are needed to thwart America's sanctions against the West Asian country. While speaking at the ongoing SCO summit, Raisi called for an expansion of free trade among the SCO's member countries, along with financial.
Raisi called for expansion of free trade among CEO's member countries. All right, so this is basically I guess I would say, because when you look up SCO, what is SCO? It's basically like an economy. All right, I'm not an expert, but what this basically does is that within this, this organization, the U.S. cannot sanction, these nations like that, because it's among them, so they can't be bullied, so to say. Once again, I'm not an expert, but this is just common sense, and that's why the title of this lesson will basically be Geopolitics and Bible prophecy, because all this ties within Bible prophecy. All right, and I'm going to show you that just momentarily. So it says the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, or the SCO, is a permanent intergovernmental international organization. All right, so let's go to Wikipedia real fast. All right, it says the Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a Eurasian political, economic, and security organization in terms of geographic scope and population. So real quick, we all have some understanding what the economy is. The economy is the area of the production, distribution, and trade, as well as consumption of goods and services. So this is basically like if you will, a separate economy formed by these nations. It started with let's see. All Our CEO successor to the Shanghai Five formed in 1996 between the People Republic of China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, and Tajikistan. All right, this was formed. So here it is. This is a Bible prophecy. It says, within this, basically, the distribution, production, and trade, consumption of goods and services in the U.S. cannot put sanctions on you and hinder you from being able to buy and sell, because that's what they do. This is an act of war, basically, to try to weaken your economy. All right, so we continue on here.
Of free trade among the SCO's member countries, along with financial and banking cooperation. He said, and I quote, "The SCO needs to adopt new solutions and take specific measures to counter draconian US sanctions and its unilateralism." The development comes as efforts to revive the 2015 Iran nuclear pact hit another stalemate. Former President Donald Trump pulled out of the JCPOA in 2018 and imposed crippling economic sanctions on Tehran. Meanwhile, earlier this week, Iran signed a memorandum of obligations and became a member of the Asian grouping. Iran's membership has raised concerns in the US. Western analysts say the SCO is emerging as an anti-West body. The Kremlin, on the other hand, says the group does not seek to become an alternative to Western unions. On Thursday, Russia's President Vladimir Putin held a bilateral with Iran's president, where he said the ties between the two countries are developing positively.
So as you can see, it says the Western analysts say the CO is emerging as an anti-West body. All right, which is exactly what it is. This war, this Third World War, and basically U.S. hegemony is at an end, and these nations are tired of it. So they're grouping together. They picking sides. All right. So as it said here, to escape draconian U.S. sanctions. So brothers that's been in this thing, know exactly where I'm about to go. This is Revelation 13 and 11. And it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth." Now, a beast is a representation, all right, of an empire, okay, or a country, a nation, if you will. It says, "And he had two horns like a lamb." All right, those two horns will be a Democrat and Republican. All right, two horns like a lamb. Those two political parties. All right, it says, "And spake as a dragon." All right, and those are those draconian measures, those draconian laws, those harsh, laws that they putting upon them. That's why you're pushing these countries into a corner to where they have no choice but to basically band together, all right, to escape these draconian U.S. sanctions. All right, it says, "And he exercised all the power of the first beast before him." Okay, now that first beast before him was the Roman Empire. All right, it says, "And caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed," because Rome fell. Okay, but through the revival of America, all right, America, NATO, the EU, this whole system, all right, has been healed. This is Rome all over again. All right, so let's go back to Daniel's, and we're not going to get too deep into this breakdown, because I just wanted to bring out this information, show you how this is Bible prophecy. So this is Daniel 7. You can get right to the point. So before these, it first like a lion and had eagle's wings, and beheld till the wings were plucked off. All right, so go from the Assyrian Babylonian Empire, all right, to the Persian Empire. All right, verse 6, the leopard. All right, speaking about Alexander and his four generals, the four wings. So after the Greek Empire came the Roman Empire. All right, so this is what John in Revelations was speaking concerning. All right, it says, "And after this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly." And that's basically describing the Roman Empire. It says, "And it had great iron teeth," because the Roman Empire was known for its iron weaponry. All right, their weapons of iron was just so far more superior than all the other nations around them. All right, and even scholars would say that this is talking about Rome. All right. It says, and it had great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the feet of it. And it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. All right. So how was the Roman Empire diverse from the Greek, the Persian, and the Assyrian Babylonian Empire? Because they all had kings. All right. With Rome, that's where you got the whole Senate. All right. That whole political party for. So let's go back to Revelation 13. Okay. To make that connection. This is Revelation 13, and let's read 11 again. It says, and I beheld another beast come up out of earth and had 2 horns like a lamb. All right. And during that time, the time of the Roman Empire, where they had the plebeians and the patricians. Okay. Just like America has Democrat and Republicans. It says, and spake as a dragon, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. And that's basically, you look up the similarities of Rome and America. All right. It basically, it similarities, everything that Rome did, America did it in some shape or form. All right. And then when you look up the Treaty of Rome, which is basically, matter of fact, let's get it real fast. I don't want to give out no false information. All right. Treaty. Rome. All right. Treaty of Rome, or EEC Treaty, brought about the creation of the European Economic Community. Exactly. So here it is. America, EU, and NATO. All right. And there's no coincidence that they call this the Treaty of Rome. Absolutely no coincidence. Because this is that same, as it says, his deadly wound was healed. All right. So just Rome back. All right. Rome fell. That's it. That's it being bruised or wounded. But then it was healed because it revived through this system you have today. All right. So that's it on that. Basically, the draconian measures. So this is America. So let's go from there to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Then we'll close out there. Basically, this is Ezekiel 38. From the top, it says, "And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog." All right, and if you basically look at a ancient biblical map, Russia is in that region today. That would be Gog and Magog. So just talking about Russia. All right, so the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, that's Russia, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him and say, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. All right, turning Russia back into that former Soviet Union, USSR. As you can see, the whole invasion against Crimea, so-called invasion against Ukraine. This is Russia taking back what was once theirs. All right, turning them back. That's the Lord. It's all biblical prophecy. It says, I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth in all thine army, horses and horsemen. All right, so this is just ancient talk. All right, how can I put it? The lingo of war back in the ancient world. All right, it was dealing with army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even great company with bucklers and shields. You can liken this onto the tanks, the warships, the aquatic vehicles that they have, all military vessels, so to say. All right. But this is Ezekiel speaking, and basically the ancient terms. It says, even a great company with bucklers and shields, and all of them handling swords. Persia. All right. So here's Persia, which is Iran. Let's get that real fast. Iran, Persia. All right. Iran, also called Persia, official Islamic Republic of Iran, went into the history of Iran. Their name was changed. Matter of fact, let's get straight to the point. When was Persia renamed? Exactly. Let's get right to the point. So 1935, for most of history, the tract of land now called Iran was known as Persia. It wasn't until 1935 that it adopted its present name. So just real brief, you want to go further deeper into it, you can. Just leading to the water, so to say. If we was to thoroughly go into everything, man, these videos would be hours long. But as you can see, Ezekiel 38 and 5. So this is, you see at the end of this lesson, right? I'm sorry, at the end of this video, what did Russia say? Let's listen to it again.
Grouping. Iran's membership has raised concerns in the US. Western analysts say the SCO is emerging as an anti-West body. The Kremlin, on the other hand, says the group does not seek to become an alternative to Western unions. On Thursday, Russia's President Vladimir Putin held a bilateral with Iran's president, where he said the ties between the two countries are developing. The ties between the
two countries are developing positively. This is all Bible prophecy. So Gog and Magog, all right, it says basically he's going to gather, starting at verse 5, Persia, which is Iran, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet, Gomer and all his bands, the house of Togomar, which is Turkey, and the north quarters and all his bands, and many people with thee. So all the other nations too, China can be linked to this, because even though it doesn't say China or Moab, all right, here it is. We have discernment. We can clearly see in these times, we can clearly see that China is rolling with Russia. All right, it says, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are simple unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So there's Russia being a guard unto the rest of these nations. Russia mainly, and China. Okay, but Russia is basically specifically, all right, what this prophecy is speaking about. All right. So be thou prepared and prepare thyself. So this is, because wars, before the bullets and stuff start flying, all right, it starts, basically economic wars. All right. Because, putting sanctions on another country is an act of war. So here it is. You have this coalition, which is spoken about here in Ezekiel 38th chapter, biblical prophecy. All right, geopolitics and biblical prophecy. You have these nations coming together. All right. So, it's getting interesting, man, day by day, and things are just going to start speeding up. All right. Things are going to start moving really, really fast towards the end of this year. So with that, Lord, so that edifying, giving all praise to Yahweh Shai. Till next time, say, Shalom. Keep pushing.